Hey everyone, it's Justin here, Voices for Voices, TV show and podcast. Thank you so much. We're grateful, thankful to have you with us on our way to helping 3 billion people over the course of my lifetime and beyond. You can do us a big favor, give us a big thumbs up, like, follow, subscribe, share. All those great things are free for you to do and helps us spread our content and help more people on our way to helping over 3 billion people over the course of my lifetime and beyond, and reach over 300 countries, territories, provinces, and over 3,000 cities worldwide. We're already over 100 and 1,000, respectively. And it's all because of you. So thank you for being with us, making Voices for Voices a part of your day, your afternoon, your evening. We are just so grateful to have you with us. We are one of the hottest shows and podcasts on the planet, and it's only because of people like you. So thank you for all that you have done, all that you will do, and all that you are currently doing. We founded this based on my mental health, my mental illnesses, and we're flourishing from there. We are at a core level, at a foundation level, uh, a mental health nonprofit charity organization, which means that if you're in the United States, and you can write off all your donations for 501c3 nonprofit charity organizations. And you're probably wondering, how do I donate? How do I how do I do this? So we made it really easy. You head on over to lovevoices.org, 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 and we'll spell it out. LOVEVOICES.org. Thank you so much. We say it a lot. We truly mean it. Without you, we don't have a show. We don't have an audience. We don't have viewers. We don't have listeners. Uh, we don't have feedback, good, bad, indifferent. Uh, it helps us learn, it helps us grow, helps us research. And thank you to each and every one of you. And if you can do us another big favor, which is also free to do, if you can reach out to 25, 50, 100 of your contacts in your phone, let them know about Voices for Voices, and let them know that they can find us anywhere. They can watch us on YouTube, on Rumble. They can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart, you name it, you can find it. If you can Etsy on it, you can Voices for Voices on it. So thank you once again. So our show today is going to be about the word famous. Famous means maybe the same, or maybe a little bit different definition, depending on who we talk to. Um, we think of maybe certain people, once a person reaches a certain level, that they're famous, that they're a celebrity. And so we're just going to talk about like what that is. And I think a lot of us are striving to be famous. I really do. Uh, I'll give you my opinion on what I think famous means. And this is at the very, very, very top level. So like the 30,000-foot view. So famous to me really gets at the heart of someone or someone's, so like one person or many people, have the ability to maybe mold public perception, that they have attained a certain level of wealth of, so that's like money or pounds or yen, or depend on where you're watching and listening from. And so when people hear somebody's famous, I think, again, speaking for me, I attribute or think that that is, again, a person high, making a lot of money, have made a lot of money in the past, currently, somebody who's recognizable if you see them in public, if you see them at a show, like an entertainer, a band. And so that's where I come out with being being famous. And we can look at it as, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? We can do all that. And maybe we will towards the end. But what do you consider? What do you think? What puts somebody on that pedestal of being famous, in your opinion? And then after you answer that, does it matter? Meaning, does it really matter to us who's famous, that we're following, seeing what a famous person is doing, what their social media is, what their latest posts, what their latest live are, has been, was? And I think in today's day and age, more than ever, people can be that, they say that 15 minutes of fame, famous for a short period of time. With the internet, with social media, gives it gives the common person a better chance of attaining being famous, because social media didn't exist 40 years ago, 50 years ago. You almost had to be on TV, on the radio. You weren't able to switch from one social media platform to another and see what the latest that a famous person has posted. So we look at, first, what is a famous person or person? What attributes does a famous person have? And you're probably wondering, what does this have to do with mental health? Well, it has a lot to do with mental health because as we get to the second layer here of not just, okay, what are the attributes that we feel make a person's famous, but do we want to be famous? Is that what we are working day in and day out to do, to be famous, to be somebody everybody looks at and goes, "Oh, that's Justin." Oh, that's Justin Allen Hayes. And so we look at that from a mental health standpoint of are we is that what we are ultimately looking to obtain? Money, wealth, cars, yachts, mansions, private jets, all that? It's just a question. Or does that matter? Do we just look at the tabloids at the checkout of the grocery? So just like anything, there's various views on this. Is it a bad thing to want to be famous? No. I mean, if we're doing things illegal, I would say that that's not a good thing, no matter what. That aside, is that what we really are looking to do in our life? Are we looking to be famous? Are we looking to be rich? And what does rich mean? Does that mean you have $1 million net worth, a $5 million net worth, 10? And so we start unpacking this even more. And I think the more we try to be, this goes back to what I've said on the last several episodes. If we're trying to be somebody we're not, is that really leaving the world better than what or how we found it when we grew up and as we're hopefully maturing? So that's why it affects mental health because do we want to be somebody else? And I'll answer for me. There's a good portion of my life where I would probably say and admit that I wanted to be somebody I wasn't, where having certain clothing, certain sunglasses, certain things was of the utmost importance to me at that time. And that wasn't me. Now, if what I was doing just by organic evolution brought me into, or you into, some of these criterion that we're talking about of a famous person, that is a-okay. It's just when we are just trying ever so much to be a different person. And we might not feel like we're doing that. Like, Justin, you're full of it. That's where we get tripped up sometimes because it doesn't always feel like that's what we're trying to do, that that's what we're trying to be. We just go, oh, well, this is just what we do. As I talked about time and time again, I just thought growing up and, on, partying on Friday and Saturdays, I thought that's just what you do. That's just what people do. And so I was trying to be somebody I wasn't. And I didn't really have any research or any reason. Nobody told me, Justin, this is what we do. This is what a human does when they reach a certain age. I didn't have that. So I was trying to be somebody else. I was trying to be not myself. And I think that's what got me in a whole lot of trouble on the mental side was I spent so much, excuse me, so much time trying to be somebody else. And I just got wrapped up in it and wrapped up in it and wrapped up. And it's like a spring, you can only wrap it up so many times before it explodes and we're losing control. And so I wanted to be famous. I wanted to be a person people looked at and go, yeah, that's Justin Allen Hayes. But I didn't have anything really to back it up other than this is just what I thought we do when we get to this age, when we get to this day of the week and that. I wasn't making tons and tons and tons of money. I wasn't, sailing on yachts and private jets and having mansions and all these different things that sometimes are associated with somebody who's famous. And so I was, for a good part of my life, was trying to be somebody else. And so that's why I bring up the word famous in this show today is where do you what's your stance on famous? And if somebody's famous and they're watching and listening, how does it feel? I don't know. I've seen interviews all over the place. Some saying, I just wanna live my life. I don't want to be bothered by the paparazzi. I don't want to be followed around. I just want to spend time with my family. And then there's others, some influencers and that, or where they're attaining to be famous, to have more and more people watch them, more and more people listen to them. And so what's your take on this? There's no wrong answer. Don't confuse this with me saying there's a wrong answer. That's absolutely not what I'm saying. I'm just curious. I've given, what I've been through, what I've felt. And so as I stand here today on this particular episode of the Voices for Voices TV show and podcast, I don't want to be famous. Some of you might be saying like, "Oh, I bet, yeah, right. You certainly do." I really don't. I wanna have safety, security, live, spend time with my family as much as possible, support them. And I know maybe some of you are like, "Will you bring up the number of shows every show?" And so I answer that of all I'm doing is sharing facts. Like, this is show number blankety blank. You can get upset and say, well, Justin's making a big deal about it. Well, I think it is a pretty big deal when a solo um, individual fights through adversity day in and day out and makes it this far. And I'd say the same thing to you. That's a big deal if you have been able to do that, or you are doing that, or that's a goal of yours. We're here to build people up. We're here to unite people, not divide people. We're here for culture, not politics. We'll share political stories time to time. We'll have political candidates time to time, but we have it on both sides of the aisle. We'll have a libertarian and others that they want to come on the show. And we've been forthright literally since day one. And so if somebody doesn't reach out, I don't have the time in the day to reach out to every single person everywhere. So it's about culture. Could be maybe the food they grew up in a certain area. Could be a legend, a myth, folklore for a certain area. Could be music, could be movies, could be TV shows, could be books, could be sporting events, could be concerts, could be a lot of different things. So I think where I land on this is being famous can be a goal if that's what you'd like it to be. However, if we look at the odds, like, oh, one in every two people attain being famous. That's not the case. It's one, and I don't even know what the number is. It's not easy. Not, and I'm not saying not to fight for it, not to do it, go after it at all. But if there's one thing that could help our mental health, I think one of the things that could help our mental health is to not want to be like somebody else, not compare ourselves to, you name it, somebody who's famous. And by golly, don't look back at your life and say, "Oh, I wasn't famous, so I wasn't successful." See, we're doing this to help people, and that's what I've pretty much said from day one. Voices for Voices is here to help people. It never was to be famous, to, whatever those attributes are to each individual person. Some are similar, some are different, but it's never been a goal to be famous. It's been a goal to help people, to help a lot of people. And we are helping people. And one of those people is me. In a way, the Voices for Voices TV show and podcast is the journal of Justin Allen Hayes. And the guests that come on. That's a way to think of it. So it gives you something to think about. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Voices for Voices TV show and podcast. Give us a big thumbs up, like, follow, subscribe, share. Let everybody know. Reach out to 25 contacts in your phone. Let them know about the Voices for Voices TV show and podcast. You can watch, you can listen. We're everywhere. We're over 440 episodes. I actually think we're pushing 445 episodes actually now. So, pretty remarkable where we're at, I think, uh, number wise. And we're just going to keep bringing content to you. Some of it you're going to like, some of it you're not going to like. Some of the topics are going to be like fluff topics, and some are going to really have us, put our thinking caps on, as one of my elementary school teachers would say, like, okay, let's put our thinking caps on. So thank you. If you're able to, reach out to lovevoices.org, lovevoices.org, lovevoices.org. Make a donation. We are a 501c3 nonprofit charity organization. And the only way we can continue doing what we're doing and helping people is through your generosity from the beginning, now, and into the future. So thank you for tuning in today. We look forward to having you join us on another episode, the Voices for Voices TV show and podcast. It's been Justin Allen Hayes, your host, founder of Voices for Voices. Let's celebrate all the voices of the world. And please, let's share our own voices as well as the voices of somebody else that may be in need. We'll see you later. Take care. Bye bye for now.